Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pete on Retreat. Today, I'm going to tell you about the biggest mistake I've made since moving to Thailand. Good morning, everybody. It's a lovely day here in Prachunak. Out for my morning walk right now. For anybody new to the channel, my name's Pete. Last year, I decided to sell everything I own to fund 10 years of living abroad and traveling. My first home base is here by Pattaya, Thailand, where I think I'm going to live for 2 to 4 years and travel all around Asia. I started this YouTube channel my first day here. What's this big mistake I've made? Stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you. Don't you hate it when YouTubers do that? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. As anyone who's ever lived in Thailand will tell you, things don't always go as planned here. When I first moved here, I thought I was going to get an education visa. And then Thailand happened and they stopped doing education visas for a couple months. Hi puppy, good morning. Aw, scared the puppy. Usually it's the other way around. So yeah, I thought I was going to get an education visa, but then they found a bunch of Chinese gangsters here that were all on education visas, so they just shut that down. So then I started doing what other people have been doing, which is just coming in on the visa exemption and getting tourist visas and whatnot. Not the basic just over the land border run. Like, I've been flying, I've been really legit about it. I've only had one tourist visa and one exemption so far. Well, my tourist visa was running out, so it was time for me to either get another tourist visa or to get an exemption. Cambodia was amazing, by the way. I stayed in Siem Reap for about 5 nights, checked out the temples of Angkor Wat. I got heat exhaustion and incredibly dehydrated that first day. Live and learn. And even though I was just holed up the entire second day I was there in the hotel, that wasn't my biggest mistake. A couple nights ago, some of my friends and I went to the dark side to this really cool place called the Smoker's Garden. It's this guy's backyard, but he's got a full band set up. He does open mic, he has real bands there. It happens like twice a week. There's a bar. They get free food out. Everybody was welcoming. I mean, Wolfgang, the owner, super cool. I'm looking forward to going back to this place. As soon as we arrived, Wolfgang gave everybody a joint. And then a few minutes later, he showed up with a cookie. Yeah, it's one of those type of cookies. And I'll be honest, eating part of that cookie might have been the biggest mistake I've made since I came to Thailand, but that's not what this video is about. So as I was saying, I went to Cambodia, had an amazing time. I flew back and went to immigration in the airport, had all my paperwork set up to get another 30-day visa exemption. I get in line at the immigration at the airport. I hand over my passport. He flips it open, looks at it, looks at me, stamps it, hands it back. That was easy. I didn't have to show any paperwork this time. Put my passport in my pocket, proceed to meet my taxi. That's it. That's it right there. Did you guys catch it? That's my biggest mistake. What was it? All right, for anybody saying, look at your stamp before you leave, that was it. I did not look at my stamp before I left. When I got home, I wanted to take a picture of my new stamp so I don't have to carry my passport around. I just have the photo on my phone. And I was shocked. Instead of getting a 30-day exemption like I got when I first moved to Thailand, I had a little TR stamp that said 15 days. I was like, wait a minute, how do you give me a 15-day tourist stamp? First of all, to get a tourist visa, it's not as easy as it is to just come in and get an exemption. You need to actually fill out an application. You need to provide even more paperwork. Officially for a tourist visa, they want proof that you could afford to stay here, and you gotta bring them like a bank statement. I don't know how often they actually ask for that, but I had it in my packet when I got my tourist visa. So I go to my handy friend Google and I Google the TR15 stamp, and it turns out it's what they normally give as a visa on arrival. Now, many countries have a visa on arrival program, and Thailand has their own, but it's only for a select list of countries. I'm from the United States, in case you couldn't tell from my crazy accent, and the United States is not on the visa on arrival list. So the next thing I do is, well, can I extend it? Because lots of the visas here you could extend. You could extend the 60-day tourist visa for 30 days. You could extend the 30-day exemption for 30 days. And you can extend the 15-day TR visa for 7 days. 7 days? I need more than that. This exemption was supposed to carry me until July when I go to Japan for my birthday. Oh boy, what am I going to have to do now? I'm probably going to have to leave the country. I came back from Cambodia on a Wednesday, so Thursday morning I woke up and I went to talk to my visa agent. But this is Thailand and they were closed. Why were they closed? Because they had early voting on Saturday. Yep, that's right. This is one of those countries where elections are holidays, so everybody could vote, which I am in full support of. The election process is very important. Here in Thailand, they take it really seriously, and it's a real holiday, which means that you can't even buy alcohol. All of the bars are closed, all the liquor stores are closed. I mean, it's only like that for like 24 hours. It started Saturday at 6 p.m. and ended Sunday at 6 p.m. So now that I think about it, I guess early voting was on Sunday, not Saturday. But it was Thursday morning and my visa agent was closed. So then I was like, maybe I'll go check out another visa agent. My buddy told me his agent was open. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, I know immigration likes to close for holidays. And so I looked it up and yeah, our immigration here was closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I mean, they're always closed Saturday and Sunday, but they were closed Thursday and Friday too. Long weekend. And I can't blame them, but I was like, crap. Well, that's 4 days of my 15-day visa, which really seems to be more like 14 days because of the date they put on it. So yep, 4 days of, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Slight panic mode, but I'm pretty good at not panicking at things. And then there's another factor that impacts my whole planning when it comes to all these dates and everything. I went to Cambodia earlier than I originally planned and for a shorter trip because I'm going to start taking Thai lessons here. I knew my class was starting in May, but they didn't have a date yet. So after leaving my visa agent, who was closed, I went to the school to see when classes start. Classes start on the 15th. That's like a week from yesterday. Oh man. And I'm probably gonna have to leave the country. I gotta start figuring this stuff out. I started looking into places to go to get a tourist visa. Getting a tourist visa seemed like a more secure way than assuming I would get an exemption. Immigration could frown on people trying to live here in Thailand illegally. And I'm in the final stretch to actually get a legit long-term visa. Although my plan might be changing again on that, but I'll talk about that on the next video. When I was first planning my Cambodia trip, I wanted to go to Siem Reap. I wanted to go to Phnom Penh. And there's another place I wanted to go to, supposed to be chill and relaxed. Phnom Penh is the capital, and that's where you'd go if you want to get a tourist visa, so I looked into that first. And then I started reading that immigration office is notoriously strict, and with this one more visa stamp in my book, I was afraid it wasn't going to look really good. And I've already experienced getting a tourist visa in Vientiane. I know where the office is. I've done it before. I'm confident I could do it again. Their office is supposed to be pretty relaxed. So I hopped on the consular website and I made an appointment for the 18th there. So cool, school starts on the 15th. I'm stoked on that. Finally starting my Thai school. I've been here 5 months. I thought I would be hitting it after month 2. I'm going to be going to school Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, but I'll talk more about that in another video. And now with this last minute trip up, I am looking to minimize my time in Laos and miss as little school as possible. So I booked my trip to just miss 1 day of school. I can miss 0 days of school, but it would require staying in Laos for another 3 days over the weekend. I got my appointment at the consular, but I didn't book a flight or a hotel or anything yet. I wanted to talk to my agent because I was like, maybe there's a chance they could fix it. Well, the weekend passed. I ate a quarter of a cookie at the Smoker's Garden. Whew. And then it was Monday morning. I was off to my visa agent. I showed her the stamp and she said, yep, they messed up and we can't fix it here. Said the immigration office here in Jomtien can't do anything about it. I could possibly go to the airport and have it fixed, but that's a big gamble. The airport's nearly 2 hours away, so I'm just going to go to Laos again. The tourist visa itself is only 1,000 baht, $30, $33, no big deal. But the airfare round trip's going to be like close to a couple $100. I'm going to have to get a hotel for several nights. I'm going to miss a day at school. I'm going back to a city that I just visited and wasn't really planning on going back to this soon. I really got to look into some new things to do there. If you know of things to do in and around Vientiane, Laos, please leave them down in the comments below. So yeah, this mistake is causing me some headache. It's costing me a few $100, and all of it probably could have been prevented if I had just looked at that stamp before I left the airport. Now, my agent did say that there's a possibility immigration looked at my passport and felt I was abusing the system and trying to stay here illegally, so they just gave me 15 days. But she said that's probably not likely. And looking through my passport, it sounds like I've got a lot fewer stamps and visas and exemptions than most of the people that are staying here. She said this is very little. And while, yeah, immigration made a mistake or intentionally tried to screw me, I'm definitely at fault here. I've already known you're supposed to look at your stamp every time you get it before you leave. As they say, this is Thailand. But now I've learned the lesson firsthand, and so hopefully you won't do the same thing I did. Always check your stamp. So this channel is also a vlog about just my life here in general. So here's just a quick catch up for everybody on what's going on. As I said, I went to Siem Reap and Angkor Wat. Amazing. Probably the next video coming out. I've got school starting on Monday. Woohoo! After this video, I'm going to be going off to Big C and buying school supplies. Oh my God. I think it's been about 23 years since I've been in school. I posted a message to a couple of the expat and foreigner groups here in Pattaya, trying to find some like open mics or jam sessions or picking circles. 3 different places were mentioned multiple times, one being the Smoker's Garden. So again, I hit up my friends. It's like, hey, is anybody interested in going to the Smoker's Garden? My buddy Earl had already been there before. He had an epic night that night. That was the second night he was attacked by soy dogs. I definitely recommend checking out the Smoker's Garden for anybody that thinks they might be interested in it. Dude, Matt Splat, you would love this place. Like I said, the owner Wolfgang, incredibly welcoming guy. He's been living in Thailand for like 35 years. He's owned nightclubs here. He's got his Thai wife and their kids. It's mostly locals and regulars that hang out there, but they definitely get their newbies in too. Wolfgang could not have been more welcoming. He's got a great big personality, full of stories, good advice too. And I've been going back to the gym, so I'll be in there today. Today's my first big walk since I've come back. Oh, that's not true. I walked back from Jomtien after a massage one night. Day after tomorrow, I'm hosting a little Zoom meeting for my Dungeons and Dragons group that I ran for back home. We're going to start playing again soon, finally, now that I got a steady home and solid internet. So like always, life is good. I made 2 big mistakes within a few days of each other, and I'm still all right. So yeah, that's it for this big update. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you can, please like this video, leave me a comment down below, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. This has been Pete on Retreat. I wish you were here, and always check that stamp before leaving.